glamorous for a long time, actually, because of COVID.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Probably before everybody was born here. And
Cassandra Peterson, the name may not be familiar to everyone, but as Elvira, Queen of the Night, she has become an unmistakable icon in the glamorous world. However, behind the gothic makeup, legendary black hair, and bold appearance lies an incredible real-life story full of dark corners. Before her fame, Cassandra had a troubled and even dangerous past. At the age of 20, she almost lost her life because of a youthful mistake. Notably that, for many years, she also hid a lesbian relationship that lasted nearly 2 decades. In this video, we share the story of Cassandra Peterson, the woman behind the legendary character Elva. Let's watch. From a very young age, Cassandra was different. While other children dreamed of princesses and fairy tales, she was captivated by monsters, zombies, and the supernatural. That strange passion began at age 8, when her cousin took her to see the horror film House on Haunted Hill. From that moment, Cassandra knew she didn't belong in the ordinary world. She was born to live in horror and mystery. But being different always comes with a cost. Throughout her childhood, she was isolated, teased, and spent her early years in a state of loneliness. At 17, she ran away from her small town, carrying a vague dream of lights, stage, and recognition. Her first destination was Las Vegas, a place full of allure, but also full of danger. Mesmerized by Elvis Presley and Viva Las Vegas, Cassandra dove into the world of small stages, nightclubs, and drag queens, a world where creativity and self-expression were the keys to survival. There, she learned the art of transformation, from massive wigs and theatrical makeup to seductive dance moves. She worked as a go-go dancer, surviving long nights under dim lights, soaked in sweat and pounding music. It was a tough life, but one filled with ambition, and then, destiny came knocking. At a party in Elvis Presley's hotel room, a moment she would never forget, the music legend looked her in the eyes and said, "Las Vegas isn't for you. Go find something bigger." That short but powerful sentence lit a fire inside Cassandra. For the first time, she dared to believe she was meant for more, and so, her dream of acting began to take shape. In 1971, she landed her first role, a small part as a stripper in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever. It wasn't a lead, but for Cassandra, it was the first golden ticket into the world of international cinema. From a girl once living on the fringes of society, Cassandra Peterson transformed herself into Elvira, a bold, mystical, and irreplaceable icon. But to bask in the spotlight, she had to walk through many shadows, and it was those very shadows that forged the strength and depth of a cultural legend who continues to shine through time. Cassandra Peterson had no idea that her small debut role in Diamonds Are Forever would be the spark that ignited a series of incredible opportunities ahead. In 1972, she moved to Italy, a place where her artistic dream continued to bloom. There, she became the lead singer for 2 rock bands, Al Latini 80 and the Snails, bringing her rebellious American flair to European stages and electrifying audiences night after night. It was also in Italy where she had a fateful encounter with legendary director Federico Fellini, who cast her in a small role in the film Roma. For the first time, Cassandra felt the transformative power of art cinema and knew she was on the right path. But the road to stardom was never easy. In 1973, she struggled to make ends meet, working as a dancer at the Playboy Club in Miami and signing with Hugh Hefner's modeling agency to keep her acting dream alive. She toured across the US in a musical production, but the most painful memory of that era was a nude photo shoot that was published in men's magazines without her consent, a mental scar and deep regret she carried for years. Despite the chaos of her life, Cassandra never gave up. In 1979, she joined the improvisational comedy group The Groundlings and began shaping a quirky character. A fast-talking, flamboyantly dressed valley girl, the early prototype of Elvira. Realizing she had found her unique voice, Cassandra threw herself into comedy, moved to Los Angeles, and performed anywhere she could, on stages big and small, in commercials, game shows, and any minor roles that could sharpen her craft. Yet, the spotlight remained elusive, and she came dangerously close to giving up. Until, in 1981, fate knocked once more. At the age of 30, when most aspiring stars had already left Hollywood, Cassandra received a phone call from a friend about a local TV station looking for a new host for a late-night horror show. It was a role that blended horror and comedy, a perfect fit for Cassandra's personality and experience. On September 26, 1981, Elvira made her official television debut with her trademark greeting, "Hello, darling," and her mischievous, tongue-in-cheek humor. What was expected to be a one-week experiment quickly exploded into a pop culture phenomenon. Cassandra was invited to appear on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and Elvira Halloween costumes sold out nationwide. But success never comes without challenges. From the very first episodes, the show faced backlash. Mila Nurmi, the original actress who played Vampira, publicly criticized the project and claimed Cassandra wasn't worthy of inheriting the iconic role. Still, Cassandra didn't falter. As she once said, "My life was truly chaotic until I became Elvira, and then everything finally started falling into place." Despite the fierce initial controversy, the show changed the character's name from Daughter of Vampira to Elvira and rewrote the entire script to ensure clear distinction. However, Mila Nurmi, the original actress behind Vampira, refused to back down. She filed a lawsuit against Cassandra and the producers, accusing them of stealing Vampira's appearance, style, and spirit. The legal battle dragged on for years, drawing public attention, but in the end, the court sided with Cassandra. The ruling affirmed that Elvira was not a copy, but a wholly original creation, born from Cassandra Peterson's own pain, boldness, and rebellious imagination. A crucial decision was also made: wearing a black dress and striking a ghostly pose could not be copyrighted. Yet the challenges didn't end there. Executives at the TV station became concerned about the show's growing influence and nearly pulled it off the air. One senior director even visited the set to ask Cassandra to make her costume more modest. But she firmly refused to change anything. Fortunately, the higher-ups either overlooked the matter or chose to stay silent, and Elvira stayed on the air. Audiences immediately embraced her. It wasn't just her bizarre, seductive appearance that captivated viewers, but also Cassandra's wit and unique charm. Elvira quickly became a household name, with Cassandra invited to late-night talk shows, comic conventions, commercials, and numerous media projects. But her popularity wasn't limited to straight male audiences. The LGBTQ+ community adored her. Elvira became a fixture in gay bars, led HIV awareness fundraisers, and was even honored as Grand Marshal at various pride parades. However, not everyone welcomed her fame. Conservative groups in the Bible Belt harshly criticized Elvira's screen presence, claiming she was overly sexualized and filled with inappropriate horror themes. Yet instead of slowing her down, the backlash only amplified Cassandra's reach. When one station censored her billboard by placing a black bar across her image, public outcry erupted, and Elvira's popularity soared even more. She had become an unstoppable cultural icon. Still, amid all the success, Cassandra continued to face deep personal challenges, burdens hidden behind the makeup and stardom that few truly understood. One of Cassandra Peterson's greatest losses in her life was the HIV/AIDS pandemic, a tragedy that took away many of her close friends and valued colleagues. That pain was made even more poignant by the loss of Robert Redding, her close companion and collaborator who had helped create the iconic look of Elvira. It was more than just the loss of a loved one, it was the loss of a part of her soul that had accompanied her in building the icon. But despite her grief, Cassandra did not break down. She continued to fight, maintaining control of the Elvira character and even demanding greater ownership in annual contract negotiations. She eventually won full ownership of Elvira, a decision that not only saved her from legal trouble but also saved her from bankruptcy when the television station where she worked was discovered to have been fraudulent and had its broadcasting license revoked. Through it all, Cassandra not only maintained but also expanded Elvira's influence. While many TV actors struggled to make the transition to film, she decided to go her own way. Instead of tying herself to a TV show, she nurtured the ambition to bring Elvira to the big screen. After many tense negotiations, her efforts were rewarded when NBC executive Brandon Tartikoff agreed to produce a sitcom about Elvira. In 2010, Cassandra surprised everyone by bringing Elvira back to television in a series of films that premiered public domain classics. But she hasn't stuck with Elvira. Cassandra has also dabbled in other roles, including Pee-wee's Big Adventure, All About Evil, and most recently Rob Zombie's The Munsters, proving that her talents are not limited to one character. With her bold and inventive spirit, Cassandra Peterson has carved out her own path in the entertainment industry, making Elvira a timeless icon. She is currently developing a series of new projects, including a sequel to Mistress of the Dark and an animated origin story about Elvira. Every Halloween, Elvira comes alive in the hearts of fans, and Cassandra is always planning her next bold move. Looking back, Cassandra is not only a star of the silver screen, but also a pioneering creator who has captured the hearts of millions of viewers around the world. We look forward to seeing where Elvira's next adventure will take her and us.